Yes, students, morning to all of you. See, in today's class, we are going to solve few problems on this electric charges and field. Still some more problems are left. Few concepts that problems we will solve now. Okay? Yeah. See, from 2-3 days onwards, means before 1 week, Afzal is asking me one question. Sir, along the perpendicular to the line, what about time period of a charge particle? Let us solve that one. Okay? Yes. Students, let us suppose here a charge Q is placed and at one particular distance, another charge Q is also placed. And these two are at a distance of 2a, let us suppose. And this is the center. Means from here a distance and from here also a distance. Okay? Clear, students? Now, let us suppose here we have kept a negative charge, capital Q, let us suppose we have kept. Now, is this negative charge, is it in equilibrium? Yes, let us check. Due to small q charge which is on left side, force on this is towards this, and due to this charge, force on this is also towards this because it is attractive force. So it is in equilibrium. Okay. Now, once if a charge is in equilibrium, we need to find whether it is in stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium or neutral equilibrium. As you know, these all things. What is stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium? Yes. See, along the line joining these centers, if you displace this charge particle, what will happen? Will it come back or not? You check. Now, this negative charge, if you displace cyclically, let us imagine it came here. Okay. Yes. Attractive force. This distance due to this decreases, means attractive force increases. Whereas due to this distance increases, means attractive force decreases. Means it will not come back to that original position. Means it is under unstable equilibrium. Means it doesn't perform SHM. Clear? Now let us move it perpendicular to the line joining the charges. Okay. So in this direction, let us move it. Let us move this charge particle in perpendicular to the line joining the charges. Now let us suppose this charge particle came to here by a distance of x. Then what will happen? If you slightly displace it by a distance x perpendicular to this line and release, what happened? You check. Due to this charge on this negative charge, a force will act in this direction. Let us call this is F. And due to this charge also a force. Why I am showing this side? Because it is attractive force. Positive charge and negative charge. Attractive force. This side also force will act. So due to these two forces, it can come back to its original position. Means along the perpendicular to the line joining these two charges, this negative charge is in stable equilibrium. Once a particle is under stable equilibrium condition, then it will perform SHM, and whenever a charge particle means anything, if it is performing SHM, we need to find the time period. Yes, let us find the time period of this charge particle perpendicular to the line. Clear, Nana? Yes. One thing here you see, I have given two forces are equal. Why? Because this distance and this distance is equal, means this is also equal. Here a, here x, here a, here x, means these two distances are equal. If distances are equal and magnitude of charges are equal, then force must be equal. So that's why I have written F. Clear, students? Yes. Now let us call this is theta. Okay. Now this is also theta because as the distances are equal. Now this force can be resolved into two components. Here F cos theta, here F sin theta. Here F cos theta, and this also can be resolved into two components, F sin theta and F cos theta downside. These two will cancel each other. Means net force acting, F net is acting is equal to 2F cos theta is acting on that negative charge, and which is acting towards the mean position. So I can take negative sign because it is bringing that charge particle back to that original position towards the origin. Okay. Yes. What is F value? Here see what is F value? F is the force. Force can be written as K Q divided by R square. R is this much. How much it is? A square plus X square under root. Clear? Right angle triangle. Whole square. Root square cancel. You will get KQQ by A square plus X square. This is what? A force acting. Substitute here, you will get net force is equal to minus 2 times of F value K Q capital Q by A square plus X square. What is cos theta? See this. This is theta. Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is X upon hypotenuse is this. What is this? Under root of A square plus X square. Clear? Okay? Yes. X by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is root of A square plus X square. Yes. It can be written as F net. F net is equal to minus 2 K value. As you know, K value 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into X divided by A square plus X square into A square plus X square whole power 1 by 2. It will become A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Clear, students? Okay. These two cancel. We'll get net force. F net is equal to minus QX divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Now you imagine if this length is very small as compared to X, then A square can be neglected. For example, if A is very less than X, that implies A square can be neglected. Clear? Yes. So if you neglect that A square, what you will get is F net force is equal to minus QX divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into A square. A square is neglected. X square whole power 3 by 2. Square cancel. Means square 1 by 2 cancel. You will get X cube. You will get 1 by X square. X's cancel. Or otherwise you don't take this approximation. What you will get, you see, A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Now this F net force can be written as MA here is equal to minus QX divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. A send that side, you will get acceleration. This is the acceleration, this is distance from the charge particle. Okay? Yes. Acceleration, I'll write A dash is equal to minus QX upon 2 pi epsilon naught. M will come this side. M into A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Okay, students? Now it is in the form of A is equal to minus omega square X. Here omega square value is QQ by 2 pi epsilon naught M into A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Yes, once you will get omega, you can find the time period by this formula. Finished. I hope you are understanding point what I am explaining for you. Clear enough? This is how we need to find. Only the thing is you need to find whether along, yes, good morning, whether along this line joining, whichever the line they have given, whether it is in stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium. Once if it is in stable equilibrium, you need to find net force. After finding the net force, you need to convert that equation in this form. A is equal to minus omega square X. Finished. Clear, students? Yes. Now let us take still more different points. See one question I am giving now, students. Yes. Let us consider there is one uniform electric field is there like this. X, Y, Z plane. Imagine this X axis. This you consider Y axis, and this you consider Z axis. Clear na? Now along x-axis there is one electric field is there, and that electric field is valued at a stake 3 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per Coulomb. Electric field is there, which is along x-axis, means I cap. Electric field is present. Now in this electric field there is one square loop is there, square is there, and whose side is 10 centimeter. Let us suppose there is one square like this. One square shape is there, Nana. Okay, in this direction electric field is there. Now here there is one square. Yes, you see here like this. This square is how it is along YZ plane. It is along YZ plane. Means you can consider this square as to be like this. See my hand, it is like this. Clear, students? Yes. This square side is 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. Then what is the area of the square? 10 into 10 is nothing but 100 centimeter square. Convert into meters. 100 into 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meters whole square. It is nothing but 10 square into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. It is nothing but 10 to the power of minus 2 meter square. Yes. Now, what will be the direction of area vector? Area vector. This is area. It is like this in a parallel to YZ plane. Then area vector will be in this direction. Clear? Means outside. Yes. Area vector can be given as 10 to the power of minus 2 meter square I cap. Now see question. Question is if the area vector makes an angle of 60 degrees with electric field. Find flux. Find flux through that area. Can you find? Yes. As you know, flux formula is phi is equal to E bar dot A bar. Clear na? Yes. So E bar dot A bar can be written as EA cos 60. Clear, students? Yes. E value how much? 3 into 10 to the power of 3. It is in SI unit, no problem. A value how much? 10 to the power of minus 2 meter square. 10 to the power of minus 2 meter square. It is also in SI unit. Here I am not taking I cap because I have taken only magnitude. Yes, cos theta I have applied because I know the angle. Okay, cos 60 is 1 by 2. Clear? Yes. So 10 to the power of minus 3, 10 to the power of minus 2 plus 3, you will get 110. Okay, 2 ones are 2 5s are 5 3s are 15. 15 is the answer. Clear, students? Yes. So what will be the unit? Newton meter square per coulomb. Okay, see question they have given. If the area vector makes an angle of 60 degrees with electric field, then flux is this much. Sometimes they may ask you in different manner also. Sometimes they will ask you if area makes, not area vector, area makes an angle of 60 degrees with electric field, then what will be the flux? See, this is area and this is the area vector. If area vector is given, direct formula we can apply. If area makes angle 60 degrees with electric field, then area vector how much it will make? As you know, area and area vector are perpendicular to each other. If area is making angle of 60 degrees with the electric field, then area vector will make 30 degrees. Clear, students? Are you getting? Yes. So instead of 60, you should take 30 degrees here. If area is making 60 degrees with electric field, then area vector definitely will make 30 degrees. Imagine this is electric field and this is area. This area is making 60 degrees angle. Then area vector will make angle of 30 degrees. You need to take that one. Here it is unable to show perfectly. Means you can see here this box. Imagine this is area and this is the area vector of that one. Okay, area vector, and let us suppose electric field is like this. My finger is electric field. Angle between these two is 90 degrees. Now, let us suppose this area is making some angle. Then area vector is making some different angle, no? What you need to do is from 90 you need to subtract. You will get the required answer. So here you will get 30 degrees. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Everything calculations are correct. So 15 root 3 is the answer. I hope you understand it clearly. Okay. Yes. Next, one more question, Nana. See, let us suppose. See, listen carefully, students. Let us suppose there is one spherical surface. Inside that spherical surface, a charge 2q is present. Okay, how much charge is present? 2q charge is present, and this spherical surface is enclosed with another spherical surface. Here 4q charge is present. How much charge is present? 4q charge is present. Now this surface let us call S1, this surface let us call S2. Okay, Rana? Yes. They will ask you questions like this. Find the flux through surface S2 and surface S1 ratio. Find the ratio of flux through second surface and first surface. Okay. Yes. So first you want flux through first surface. Okay. What is the Gauss law, Nana? Flux through any closed surface is equal to q by epsilon naught. Clear? Yes. So flux through first surface. From this first surface, how much electric charge is there? 2q. So it can be written as 2q by epsilon naught. This is the flux passing through the first surface. Now, what is the flux through second surface? Now, around this, inside this second surface, closed surface, how much charge is present? 4q charge plus 2q charge. Total 6q charge is present. Yes, 6q upon epsilon naught. Now we want phi 2 by phi 1. Phi 2 upon phi 1 value is 6q by epsilon naught divided by 2q by epsilon naught. You will get 6q by epsilon naught into epsilon naught by 2q. Okay, yes. Epsilon naught cancel, q cancel, 2 1s are 2 3s are. So it is 3 by 1, means 3:1 ratio. Good, Abhay is giving good answers. Okay. Okay, this type of questions. Okay, now here let us suppose this is filled with air. This is also filled with air. Then this will be the answer. Okay. Now, for suppose if I'll say if this is not air, if it is filled with a dielectric constant K, this first surface is filled with some different medium whose dielectric constant is let us suppose K, and the K value is let us suppose 10. K is unitless quantity, as you know. It is a ratio between two dielectric permittivity. It is a ratio between permittivity of two different mediums. So it is a unitless quantity. Okay. Now this surface S1 is filled with one medium whose dielectric constant is 10. Then what will be the flux through first surface? Can you find? What will be the flux through first surface? Through first surface, how much flux will be there? Can you find? Yes. Formula what, Nana? According to Gauss law, flux is equal to q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. And one more formula, surface integral of E bar dot ds bar can be written as q by epsilon naught. See, whenever a medium is filled with a different dielectric material, then electric field in that medium will reduce by a factor of dielectric constant. As you know this, when two charges are there, Q and Q, and this is air, then force between them can be written as kq square by r square. If it is filled with a dielectric material, if total is filled with a dielectric material, then force will become F by K. Force will get reduced by K times. In the same way, electric field also get reduced by K times. Okay, means simply in the place of E, you can write E by K. okay, into ds is equal to q by epsilon naught. Means 1 by k times of integration of a bar dot ds bar is equal to q by epsilon naught. You can write. Means this is nothing but flux. Means the flux will become total flux by k, that is nothing but q by epsilon naught into k, that is equal to q is to q by k value is 10 into epsilon naught. Means it will become q by 5 epsilon naught. Okay, simply you write, or otherwise simply wherever epsilon naught is there, you need to replace with one more k here. That's it. That is q is 2q divided by epsilon naught into 10. It will become q by 5 epsilon naught. Flux through first surface will become this much. Then what is the flux through second surface? Again they will ask, and what is the ratio? You can find easily. Are you getting clear? Yes, this type of problems also somewhat important for you. You need to solve them. Okay, now on this topic I'll give you one question. Let us try to solve that question. Okay, yes, students. Yes. Now here let us suppose here two surfaces are there, surface S1 and surface S2. Two surfaces are there. The surface S1 is enclosed with a charge Q. Okay, and surface S2 is enclosed with a charge 2Q. Then what is the flux? What is the ratio of flux through first surface to flux through second surface? Can you find? Quick. Flux through flux surface is nothing but Q. Through flux surface, how much is there? Q. Q by epsilon naught. This is the answer. Flux through second surface is, how much charge is there? 3Q. 3Q by epsilon naught. So phi1 by phi2 is equal to Q by epsilon naught divided by 3Q by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught cancel. Q cancel, you get 1 by 3. This is the answer. Good. Okay. Next, see some cavity problems. Yes, good, Vishal. Now, let us suppose here there is one conductor. Imagine it is a conductor. What is this one? It is a conductor. What is the specialty of conductor? Whatever the charge you will give for a conductor, that charge will reside only on its surface. Imagine it is a conductor. Whatever the charge you will give to this conductor, it will stay only on its surface. It cannot stay inside. Imagine it is volume. It is solid one. It is inside. There will be no charge. If it is a conductor. If it is a non-conductor, then charge will be there inside also. Clear? Yes. Suppose that for this, the charge Q is given. The charge Q is given. Now, where this charge Q will be stay on that conductor? Only on that surface. Okay. Now, if a small cavity, a hole is made, small hole is made in that conductor. Now, where charge will be there? Where charge will be present? You imagine it like your discuss through, it will be there no ring. Inside hole will be there, outside conducting material will be there. Like that you imagine. Now where charge will be present? Is there any charge inside here? Question mark. Is there any charge? Yes, we need to discuss this point is important. See, let us suppose there is some charge Q is present inside that cavity. Then what will happen? Na? You take at any one particular point, draw one Gaussian surface. Draw one Gaussian surface. According to Gauss law, surface integral of E bar dot ds bar can be written as Q inside by epsilon naught. Okay, na? Yes. Students, I told you one point that electric field is equal to 0 inside the conductor. Inside the conductor means you remember it like this, where material is present. Where material is present, there electric field must be 0. This is the property of conductor. Inside this conductor, electric field should be 0 because charge cannot reside inside that conductor. It will stay only on the surface, and from the surface it will point in radially outward direction. That's it. So due to that reason, this must be 0. If this is 0 means Q inside by epsilon naught should be equal to 0 because it cannot be 0. Are you getting? If this should be 0 means what should happen? Q inside should be equal to 0 because it cannot be equal to 0. It is a fixed value, 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. It is a fixed value. Now charge inside that cavity must be 0. That means if a conductor is having a cavity, now whatever the charge you will give for that conductor, it will stay only on its surface. It cannot stay in that cavity. In that cavity, there will be no charge, means no electric field. That is called as electrostatic shielding. For example, if you want to shield any electrical sensitive material, then you can scar from lighting. You can keep that electrical sensitive material inside that cavity, so that it will be shielded from any external electric field. Now, if you keep any huge magnitude of charge, if you keep here, now due to this, there will be some effect on the charges present only on the surface of a conductor. Inside that one, there will be no effect. Electric field, however, it will be 0 only because electric field lines cannot pass through the material of this conductor. This property we call it as electrostatic shielding. Very important topic for you. You need to remember this. And if they may ask you for your subjective exam also, what is electrostatic shielding? Give one example. Okay. Remember and read it from material. Okay, Anna? Yes. Now, same problem. Let us continue. Imagine this is a conductor having a cavity. Yes, this is a cavity which is present. Now, everywhere here, what is there? Material is present. Everywhere here. Everywhere material is present, Nana. Here, okay, here material is present. This is a cavity. Now for this, a charge Q is given. This charge Q will be distributed on its surface. Okay, na? Now what I am doing is, I'll take one more conductor. 3D. It is 3D. Three-dimensional view, imagine. Okay. Now, let us suppose one more conductor. Now, for this conductor, a charge small q I have given. For this conductor, a charge small q I have given. Are you getting, students? This is one more conductor. For this, a charge small q I have given. Now, let us suppose I have placed. If I place this conductor inside this one cavity, isolated from this means without touching this conducting material, first conducting material, then what happened? Let us see. If we keep this conductor which is having a charge small q, yes, here, what will happen, Anna? What will happen to the charge which is present on the outer surface of the conductor? Yes, important point. You need to listen carefully. Students, one thing you do, You draw one Gaussian surface around this inside the where inside this conducting material. Draw one Gaussian surface whose radius let us take r. Now, according to Gauss law, we can say surface integral of E bar dot ds bar should be equal to q inside by epsilon naught. Means what I am doing is I am trying to find electric field here. I am trying to find electric field here due to this charge present inside the cavity of this conductor. Okay. From the properties of a conductor, it is a conductor, no? From the property of a conductor, electric field inside the conductor is always zero. It is a property of a conductor. Inside where material is present, their electric field must be zero. Means this should be zero. That implies q inside by epsilon naught should be equal to zero. That implies q inside should be equal to zero. Means whatever the charge we have placed inside this cavity, it should be zero. Means what will happen? See here, this charge minus plus q, it will create a minus q charge on the inner surface of the cavity. No, it will not get discharged. It will create a opposite charge on the inner surface of a cavity. Clear enough? Okay. Yes. Due to this, total charge within these dotted lines will become plus q minus q, become zero. If it is become zero, then it should be zero. Equation will balance. Okay. Are you understanding? This small q charge will induce minus q charge on the inner surface of this cavity. Now, whenever a minus q charge comes here, then plus q charge will go to surface of this conductor. Now, total charge on the surface of a conductor will become q plus small q. Very, very, very important point. You must remember this. So that total charge inside the cavity again zero. So that electric field on any point of the conducting material will be zero. Did you understand this point? Did you understand this point? Any doubt in this? No. We can keep like this. Not. Yes, charges can be positive, can be negative. Imagine if it is negative charge. Here negative charge we have placed. Then it will induce a positive charge here. If positive charge comes here, then negative charge will come on the surface. Then total charge will become q minus q. Capital Q minus small q. Now I hope you understood clearly. So students, let us suppose here one conductor is there, and for this 3q charge is already there on that conductor, and it is the cavity of the conductor. Let us suppose inside this cavity one more charge minus 2q I have placed. Then what will happen to the charge on the surface of this conductor? Yes, this minus 2q charge will induce plus 2q charge on the inner surface of this cavity. Clear? Then here it will become minus 2q. Then total charge will become plus 3q minus 2q is nothing but q. Means if we keep minus 2q charge inside this cavity, total charge on the outer surface will become plus q only. Is it clear? Any doubt in this point? Any doubt in that point? Okay, let us take yes, good. Let us take one example. Let us suppose here there is one metal sphere. Yes, like this one metal sphere is there. Imagine this is one metal sphere. Imagine this is a metal sphere made up of metal. Okay, Now this is a cavity hole. Now here a conductor is placed which is having a charge plus Q. Now a conductor is placed which is having a charge plus Q. Now let us take 2 points. One point is A and one point is B, which is at a distance of small r and a capital R from the center of this conductor. Now my question is, find electric field at point B and find electric field at point A. Can you find? Yes, very easy it is. See students, where you want electric field, draw one Gaussian surface. Where you want electric field, draw one Gaussian surface. According to Gauss law, surface integral of electric field over a closed surface can be written as Q inside by epsilon naught. Here, electric field in this Gaussian surface is equal. It can be outside. It can be taken out of the integration. Surface integration of this Gaussian surface can be written as 4 pi r square is equal to Q inside. How much is there? Plus Q. So Q by epsilon naught. Then electric field at point B can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. Now question is, what is the what is the electric field at point A? This is metal asset. This is a metal asset. You can write directly it is 0. What is electric field means? You can write directly it as 0. Wherever material is present, their electric field must be 0. Or you can go with another point. This is a plus Q charge. This plus Q charge will induce minus Q charge on inner surface of this metal. Okay. Now you drop one Gaussian surface. Now this Gaussian surface encloses a total charge of plus Q minus Q 0. Flux is 0 means electric field must be 0. Okay. Now imagine this is a neutral one. No charge, outside charge is there. Now when minus Q is induced, then definitely plus Q will be induced here. We can say on the outer surface of this metal, a charge plus Q will appear due to the presence of this charge. Are you getting, students? Yes. So I hope I have covered all the topics, and from tomorrow onwards I'll go to next chapter, electric capacitance and electric potential and capacitance. And however, you are having subjective and objective exams on electric charges and field. Friday subjective exam, Saturday I said objective exam. Bhai is asking, sir, charge is Q, then how is 0? I am asking here. Here minus Q charge is induced, no? In this Gaussian surface, total how much charge is there now? Plus Q minus Q 0. Inside is 0, but outside plus Q charge is there. If you want here at this point electric field, you can draw one more Gaussian surface. Now inside this Gaussian surface, how much charge is there? However, this is 0. Now only plus Q charge is there. You can find by using this formula. I am asking on the material. Yes, good. Abhay. Okay, na? So Friday you are having subjective exam, Nana. Prepare well for that. And I have already sent material for you. If you are feeling difficult to read, you can take Xerox copies. Okay. However, it is there in your WhatsApp group. Sir, important derivation. Today I'll write and I will send in WhatsApp group. Okay, na? Tomorrow new chapter. Bye.